boards for the City Advisory Committee. This is an action item. I'll ask for a motion in a second, please. Motion by. Can I have a motion? This is for item O.
Second.
There's a motion by Councilwoman Trevino, second by Councilman Hernandez. This is, again, to look at filling our empty positions of our Citizens Advisory Committee. City Manager,
Mayor and Council, on this item, we're still looking for some seats, these seats to be filled. I would like to start meeting with this group. How many do we have left to fill, Kristen? One?
As of right now, well, okay, so it was 2-year terms that they were originally appointed in November of 2019.
Right.
And, you are required to have no more than 2 city council members, no more than 2 staff members, and at least 8 residents. As of right now, we only have 8 residents, because Ms. Ana Ramirez did not qualify after all. She's not able to fulfill her duties. So as of right now, we do have three residents that are citizens that are sitting on the board.
So the reason this was created, one, was to help us with the scoring. For when we got the grant for the comprehensive plan, we received that $75,000 grant. And part of what I would recommend to the council that we do is continue to meet with this group. Part of what you see on page 169 is an email that was shared with me from GrantWorks. They're the ones that are working on the comprehensive plan. They're behind schedule, which is not good, but they're working on it. Part of what they put in here was what the city, I think we had one public hearing, and this is what your community members, I think that we drew a crowd of maybe 20, I can't remember, 20, 30 people. And this is what they wanted to see, and this is what they broke it into quadrants. They wanted to preserve certain things, archive certain things, eliminate things, and avoid things. So you see in the email, where I wanted to draw your attention was on page 172. What they've done so far, and I'm talking about GrantWorks, is they've done some work for us already as it relates to our thoroughfare system. We have a thoroughfare system that we know needs work, but they've identified traffic generators. They've identified, if you look at one of those, you can see where your traffic counts are. You can look at page 173, I believe, and you can see where some of the traffic is. And so what it does is it basically gives you an idea of what we need to work on. I know there's been discussion about there's too much traffic downtown. The schools are having, there's issues out by the high school, particularly all the traffic that runs out there. There's been other issues that relates to the service road on Business 30 on I-35. The fact that we're kind of landlocked, if you will, with development out there. So these are all things that we need to start talking about, that we need to, as we come to the council for approval of the comprehensive plan, that you guys are aware of what some of these members are saying, would like to see, and then ultimately the council approve whatever comprehensive plan that we put out there. But this is one part of the comprehensive plan, which is a thoroughfare study, and we're paying for this. So I would just want to make sure that you guys have the appropriate input from whoever you appoint to these boards, and the Planning and Zoning Commission, and ultimately you vote on it for approval. You can see here the pedestrian infrastructure. It has, I think they've done a decent job so far, but we still have work to do on this. And you can also see, and this, by the way, this information, what I did is I posted this stuff. TxDOT had a public meeting, and they gave us till April the 7th to put stuff on their website. And this is on, if you go look to the TxDOT website, you'll find that some of these comments are on that website. So it's all, TxDOT is aware of some of the things, and we've talked to them, and they were looking, I think, Mr. Councilman Hernandez, we talked to TxDOT some months back, and they were looking at working with us and working with a planner, and we mentioned that, I reminded them of that discussion in our meeting. We had it in here at the county, what is it? The room there, I will call it their civic center, whatever, I don't remember what that location is, the community center, excuse me. And so we mentioned that to them. So TxDOT, what we are doing with this is I would like to continue discussions with TxDOT and see what funding, again, going back to funding, what funding is available for some of the things that we would like for them to work on, and what we need to work on too. So anyway, I would like for the council to consider appointing some responsible folks that could help with a comprehensive plan. And I think we had a decent group, and we quit meeting because of COVID. And then it's been kind of one of those things that we just haven't filled these spots that we probably should.
City Secretary, who is currently, sitting on that board?
We have Miss Sylvia Rodriguez, Victor Vinton, and Roland Gutierrez. The other one that was appointed was Miss Ana Ramirez. She's not available.
Does the council have anybody they have spoken to and are ready to, serve on this board? Is there, and we need a total of how many more?
At least 8 residents, so you need at least 5 more.
5 more, Councilman Leal?
No, I was just saying 5.
Okay, 5 more. If we're not prepared, I would ask you guys again, I know this is something that Fred really wants to accomplish, and I think it would add value to us to have this group in position. And looking at this stuff, we are expecting to get our completed comprehensive master plan by the 3rd quarter of this year. So I would propose that next meeting, you guys please talk to some candidates, and then we'll do as we've done before. Since we don't have anybody ready today, see if we can't bring 5 more individuals that are willing to serve on this board. Anybody have any questions or thoughts about that? Okay, we've got a motion and a second. Since there is no other action, I'm gonna ask that we go ahead and table this until the next meeting.
Table.
That is a motion to table by Mr. Leal. Is there a second? Second by Councilwoman Trevino. All in favor? Motion passes unanimously. Okay, we've done P, Q, and R. At this point, it is 8:30. I am going to call us into executive session at 8:30. We've got some items to discuss. Y'all, I'm sorry, the air conditioner's out in that part of the building. We do have something for you, but anyway, we'll leave the door open and we'll go through that pretty quickly. Yeah. So anyway, and remember, leave your cell phones here, and staff.
Okay, I'm gonna
back
pause it
material.
really quick.